Alright guys, it's 4:53 in the morning on the 3rd of September. It's 51 degrees even and I'm at Francis Lake Campground. It's day 153 plus 1. And today I begin the journey home. Alright, good morning folks. It is 6:33 in the morning, 51.4 degrees. So I'm using my headlamp, so that you can see me here as I do this morning check-in. I'm just leaving camp. It's actually not quite as dark as it probably looks on account of my using the headlamp. But it's still just a little gray, but should be bright enough in another 10 minutes or so. So I decided to go ahead and break out of camp. I did wake up a little early this morning, so I had set my alarm for 5, which is just a little earlier than I've been setting it, which has been 5:15. Yeah, I set it for 5 because I thought, well, maybe I can get an early start. That'd be nice. Well, I'm getting that early start, but I woke up at like 4:40, kept trying to, trying to decide whether it made more sense to just go ahead and wake up or try and go back to sleep. But usually if I wake up at a time like that, usually just makes more sense to wake up. Otherwise, I can go ahead and fall back asleep. But then when 20 minutes later the alarm goes off, I'll wake up groggy in the middle of a REM cycle instead of, at the bottom of one or top of one or whatever you want to call it, as I would have been if I had just stayed awake. So anyways, that's that. Went over to the food preparation area of the campsite, and my bear bag, which I had hung up on a pole. Man, I guess I did a miserable job tying a bowline knot on the string of my sack, because typically a bowline knot is great for being a fixed loop. Well, my loop wasn't fixed and it collapsed on itself, and so my food bag was suspended 10 or 12 feet up in the air, and the knot was tight, so I wasn't able to get it down, and I needed to flip up a bench, balance one log on top of one bench, and then flip up another bench and kind of climb up so that my feet were probably about 5 feet off the ground. I was kind of leaning against this pole, this like Schedule 40 steel pipe, to get my food bag down. Well, luckily that went fine, and I was able to get my grub down. Had coffee and breakfast, and that was all great. Put everything back. It was great. Last night at camp, there's a group of 4 dudes from Missouri. Nice guys. I can remember 2 of their names were Chase and David. The other 2 I can't recall their names. But nice dudes, really cool dudes. So I was hanging out with them a little bit. And they're just doing short days through Glacier. Just little boys trip, So that's pretty good. Let's see, what else? Anything else about yesterday or this morning? Not really. Slept pretty good. Did cowboy camp. Actually, there was something else. So after my little wake-up check-in, as I was laying there, just kind of mustering the last requisite bit of will to do my routine morning push-up and get myself up and start actually getting ready. Dude, the most picturesque, amazing, I swear to God, perfect shooting star went streaming by in the sky. Had a tail, the little comet tail, looked just like the Comet dish detergent logo. It was really special, really special here in my last morning. It was really, really cool. I had seen a shooting star, I think 2 nights ago when I cowboy camped. And I don't mean to disparage any shooting star, they're always cool. But that first one I saw a couple nights ago, it wasn't like quite as picturesque. And this one, like, I've never seen a shooting star like it, and I've seen a lot of them. Really, really special. Really, really cool. And just kind of made me smile. Made me feel like the trail was saying good work or something. I don't know. Kind of funny. Well, that's all I got for now. This morning looks like just a touch under 2.5 miles of climbing to get up and over Brown Pass. And looks like at that pass there's a fork in the road, and I could either bear right or slightly northward and head down, continuing down Boulder Pass Trail, or I could bear left, slightly southward, and that's what I'll be doing to get on Bowman Lake Trail. And once I'm on Bowman Lake Trail, I think it's just another, I don't know what, 12 miles or something, 13 miles or something to get to a paved road, at which point I'll be either sticking my thumb out or just asking people for rides or breaking out my old-fashioned hiker to town sign. Either way, as soon as I hit pavement, boy, I'm gonna start hitching and try and make my way down to Cascade Falls, which is about, I don't know, about 30 or 40 miles straight down North Fork Road. It's just one big long road that'll get you straight to Cascade Falls, so that's pretty good anyways. But yeah, that's what we got. Sorry if I wasn't looking at the camera too much, this light is blinding. But yeah, we'll go ahead, we'll get hiking and see if we can't find ourselves a car to get into. I'll check in with you guys a little later. Well guys, still likely less than a mile from camp. You can see this tall peak on the left. That's called the Sentinel at about 8,800 feet. And then if you look right in the middle of the frame there, that is the Dixon Glacier. That's the source of that waterfall that we were admiring last night. Dixon Glacier and the Sentinel. Very cool. what an adventure. What a twist of fate. So it's 10:17 in the morning and 58.8 degrees. Just got off a boat, a ranger's boat. So I was hiking by Bowman Lake campsite up at the head of Bowman Lake, which is about 6 miles from the parking lot, which was my destination for the day. And I was hiking by and I saw a ranger hanging out with a couple folks. And it turns out that there was a gal who kind of banged up her knee a little bit. She seems all right, like she's able to stand and walk around and stuff, but wasn't able to continue her hike. So I guess she and her boyfriend were able to get a ranger out to give him a lift on a boat. Well, being the mooch, I guess. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I was so back and forth. I don't think it's unethical, but I just asked on a whim. I was like, hey, any chance you got room for one more? And the ranger was like, I don't know, but then agreed. So, awesome. So, I don't hitchhike my way all the way down the trail by any means, but the trail is done, buds. Trail is done. So I was able to hitchhike the most interesting hitchhike I've ever taken on a boat across Bowman Lake in Glacier National Park, and that saved 6 miles of hiking, or about 2 hours, which is great because my plan now is to try and get to Cascade Falls by 2 p.m., which is when the UPS store closes, so that I can mail home a lot of stuff that I don't want to fly with. So I was hoping to make it here by noon, and I'm here at 20 past 10. And now the name of the game is hope that I can get a second hitch on the day. So we'll see. All right, well, we'll see. All right, 1:15 in the afternoon. Just made it to the UPS store. Wound up taking a hitch with Janet and I think Andy. That's Janet is the guy who hurt her knee, and Andy, her husband. They just got married on Monday. Today's Saturday. Awesome folks. And yeah, they were super cool. They were able to bring me into town. I know I got 45 minutes to mail my bag, and then I'll figure it out from there, and I'll check in there. Well, guys. It's 4:18. Ooh, it says 89.4 degrees. Maybe it is kind of warm. I'm in Columbia Falls, Montana. Finished, well, I was able to get a hitch. In fact, I got a hitch. I think I mentioned this already. I got a hitch with Andy and Janet, and they are wonderful folks. I was able to mail off my stuff at the UPS store. Weird little twist of fate. I wound up leaving my phone plugged in their truck, and they took off when they dropped me off at the UPS store. I didn't remember it either. Well, before I finished mailing everything off with UPS, they came on back and returned my phone. So thank you guys. So I'm back up and running. After mailing stuff off, hit the laundry, washed all my laundry for sure. I would have preferred to mail it, but I don't want to leave stinky laundry in a box for 2 weeks, and that's what it meant if I was going to mail it. So I'll fly with it instead, and then I'll be flying out of Kalispell tomorrow early afternoon, and probably sleeping the night on the floor in Dallas before connecting onward first thing in the morning at a 5:30 flight from Dallas to bring me home. So this is gonna be my final check-in, y'all. It's been fun. It's been a fun journey. I didn't mention earlier, check out this sweet shirt. Polebridge Mercantile, I think is what it's called. Sort of the spot there, right on the west side of Glacier before you kind of get too far from the park. Famous for their bear claw, their huckleberry bear claw, which was referred to me twice before I even made it into Glacier. But I think Janet was absolutely right. she recommended the turnover instead of the bear claw. Well, I got both, due diligence and all, taking one for the team and all. And I think Janet was right, man. I think that turnover is where it's at. Bear claw was delicious as well, but that turnover is where it's at, that huckleberry turnover. So check out Pole Bridge. I'm gonna go ahead and snap off, find a place to hole up for a little while. A couple wonderful folks called Carl and Kim live here in Columbia Falls, although are currently in Missoula. And they'll be picking me up, letting me stay with them tonight. Friends of my friend Lauren, who's the dude who put me in touch with Kurt back in Steamboat Springs. So anyways, Lauren's friends, Kurt, Kim and Carl. He's got a thing for people with K names. Will be picking me up, and that's where I'll be staying tonight, and then, you know, moving on from there. So anyways, guys, what a tremendous journey it's been. I really, really, really appreciate you following along. It's day 154, and I'll tell you, like, weekly health update, health is good. State of the Union is strong. And I'm gonna find a place to get a beer, process some videos, get some food, sit tight for Kim and Carl. It's gonna be great. I will certainly check in with you guys again, but it won't be anywhere near the CDT, so talk to you next time.